Good morning, everyone. Today we are examining Jeremiah chapters 40 and 41. And as we looked at yesterday in dealing with these chapters, you have a situation where God has already taken the people into captivity, the kingdom has been overthrown, Jerusalem has been destroyed, and now Nebuchadnezzar has set up a governor in Gedaliah, who is going to be the one who is going to be in charge of the region of Judah. And Jeremiah is going to be sent to be there with him. But we also are going to see an assassination plot that is going to take place. So let's look at some of the things that we can take from chapters 40 and 41. It won't necessarily be the conventional style of lessons in many ways, simply because of the nature of the narrative that's found here. But let's look at a couple of things. In verses 2 and 3, you have the captain of the guard coming to Jeremiah. And this is the captain of the guard of Babylon. And he comes to Jeremiah and he says, "The Lord your God has pronounced this doom on this place. Now, now the Lord has brought it and has done just as he said, because you people have sinned against the Lord and not obeyed his voice. Therefore this thing has come upon you." You have the situation where the captain of the guard comes, and while he is not a Jew, while he is not a member of the people of Judah, he knows the message of God. He knows the punishment of God, and that this was within the framework of what Jeremiah had prophesied in the works of God. And so because of that, he states that these things have happened because of God's judgment upon the people. And so it was such that even those who were outside of the people of Judah knew what it was that was taking place and had heard the message of what was taking place and why. One of the other things that I find interesting in verse 11 is that you have all of these people from Judah who have fled to other areas. Now, remember, the siege in Jerusalem lasted for a year and a half. And during that time, many of the people from the outlying areas would have fled in order to make sure they stayed clear of the trouble that was there and that was coming. And so now, after Jerusalem has fallen, the Babylonians have left Judah and they've established their new governorship and that kind of thing. You have those that were in Moab and among the Ammonites, in Edom, and in all of the countries round about that come back into Judah. They return back home now to see what the devastation was and to start to, as it were, pick up the pieces. And so all of those things are going to take place. But then you come down to verse 14. And in verse 14, you have Johanan, who comes to Gedaliah. And when he comes to Gedaliah, he tries to warn him about a plot that is taking place, that is going to stem from the king of the Ammonites in trying to remove Gedaliah as the governor. And he warns him that he's going to send, or that he has sent, Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, to kill him. But Gedaliah will not listen. Gedaliah will not heed the warning of Johanan. And so, at the beginning of chapter 41, that is exactly what happens. Ishmael is going to come in. He is going to then murder Gedaliah, assassinate the governor, and we're going to find out in the course of it that he is going to lure others in as well, these 80 other travelers in as well, and he's going to kill them too. And so he starts this reign of terror in Judah at this particular time. Johanan and the remainder of his people and the other captains and so on, are going to go and fight against him. And they will cause them to flee back to the land of the Ammonites. But with that being said, now the governor is dead. And Johanan and the other captains are afraid of what retribution may be coming from the Chaldeans. And so because of that, they are going to gather the rest of the people, according to chapter 41, verse 16, and they are going to begin a trek south out of Judah with those that are left from these people that have come back and from the people that were at Mizpah. And they are going to begin to travel down toward Egypt. And that's where chapter 41 is going to end. It's also where chapter 42 is going to begin. And so there are a number of things to take. You have Gedaliah, who refuses to heed the warnings, and it costs him his life. You have those that do return back to the land of Judah after the punishment, but they're also going to very quickly be moving out of Judah again, or to the south in Judah again, because of the things that transpire. You also have here a level of anarchy that has taken root due to the destruction of Jerusalem, due to the taking away of all of the leadership and all of the nobles. And so there are a lot of things that are up in the air in Judah at this particular time. So all of those things are found in chapters 40 and 41. I hope that these things are helpful to you. I know that, like I said, it's a little bit different than the normal way that we would deal with our lessons or our analyses of the chapters. But I think it's also important for us to understand where their society was and what it was they were going through at that particular time and given their circumstances at that time. So hopefully this has been helpful. But tomorrow we will come back with chapters 42 and 43. Until then, have a good day.